So it's nice to have you here once again, and this moment our focus will be on expansion of numbers or expansion of variables. How do we expand numbers and how do we expand variables? So let's go to it now. So for example, you're given this expression and you're asked to expand this. You have a outside the bracket, then inside the bracket we have b plus c. How do you expand this? It's very simple. The number outside the bracket will multiply all the number inside the bracket. This is what I mean. This will be equal to a times b. You bring your sign, which is plus, and also a times c. A times c. So this will be a times b will give you ab, and a times c will give you ac. So this is the expanded form. This is the expanded form, and this is how you expand. So again, what if you are asked to expand a open bracket a plus b? So it's the same logic. It will be a times a times a plus a times b. So this will now be a times a will give you a square because it is multiplying itself, so it will give you a square, meaning a 2 times. Then plus a times b will give you ab, and this is the expanded form of this. So this is how you expand. So whenever don't be confused regarding this a square. So whenever you see a square, it's the same thing as a times a. So if you multiply them, you have a square. So let's take another example regarding how we can expand. This time around, let's use number. Supposing we have 2 times x plus 3. So to expand this will be equal to 2 times x 2 times x plus 2 times 3. And this will be 2 times x will give you 2x plus 2 times 3 will give you 6, and this is the expanded form. So what if you have this expression a plus b in bracket squared? How do you expand it? Remember I said whenever you have an expression written as a square is the same thing as a times a. If you have an expression like c square, is the same thing as c times c. Likewise, if you have an expression to be 2 square, is the same thing as 2 times 2. So this is all about square. So how do you expand this? This is how you can expand this. You first of all break the square. So this will be in the form of, since we have a plus b squared, so it will now be a plus b, a plus b, then times a plus b, a plus b times a plus b. So you have now broken the square. Now this shows that it appears 2 times, just like when we said a square is equal to a times a. So the same thing as a plus b squared is the same thing as a plus b times a plus b. So you have broken the square. So the next thing is now to expand. So to expand this now, this is how you expand this. You take the first value here, will multiply everything here, that is a will the first a here will multiply everything there, a plus b. Then the second value will also multiply everything there. You have plus b now, will also multiply everything here. So you have b times a plus b. Then you now expand. A times a will give you a square, and then a times b will give you plus ab. Then b times a will give you plus ab. Then b times b will give you plus b squared. So from here now, you can see that you have a plus b and a plus b appearing twice, so that means you can add them. So this will now be a square plus, so if you're adding them, a plus b plus a plus b, it will give you 2ab plus b squared. So this is the expanded form of it. So this is how you expand. So let's use numbers. If we have 3x plus 2 squared, so to expand it, first of all, you have to break it into two forms. You have 3x plus 2, it will multiply itself, 3x plus 2. Then the next thing you have to do is to take the first number, multiply everything of the other bracket. Take the first number here and multiply everything here. So that is, you have 3x, that is the first number. It will multiply everything of the other bracket. It will multiply 3x plus 2. Then again, take the other number. Take note of the sign it bears, it carries. So it carries plus 2. That means you carry plus 2. You're taking this number, other number. You also multiply it with everything of this bracket. So multiply by 3x plus 2. So from here now, you now expand. So 3 times 3x, 3x times 3x. So if you multiply it, 3 times 3 will give you 9. X times x will give you x squared. Then plus again 3x times 2. So if you multiply 3x times 2, it will give you 6x. So you're done with your first expansion. You come to the other bracket. You have plus 2 times 3x. So 2 times 3x will give you 6x. Then plus 2 times 2. 2 times 2 will give you 4 plus 4. So you now simplify it further, because you can add the two numbers at the middle. You can add them, so you have 9x squared. 6x plus 6x will give you 12x plus 4, and you're done expanding. This is the expanded form. This is the expanded form of 3x squared plus 2. That is how you expand it. This is the expanded form. So what if you have negative sign at the middle? This is what I mean. What if you have this sign like a minus b all squared? So if you have a negative sign at the middle, it is called difference of two squared. If the sign is negative, it is called difference of two squared. And again, this is the same thing as a square minus b squared. a square minus b square. So this is the answer. Whenever you have a negative sign at the middle, so this is the answer. But let's prove and see if we will get this answer to be correct. A square minus b squared. So let's expand and see if it will be true. So to expand this, like I say, you first of all break the square. You have a minus b. Take note of the sign, because this time around the sign is negative, not positive. So b square times a minus b square. So to expand it, you take the first value here and multiply it with everything. Sorry, it shouldn't be square, it should be a minus b times a minus b. So not a minus b square times a minus b, it should be a minus b times a minus b. So to expand it now, you take the first term, which is a, and multiply it with everything of the other term. So our first term there is a, we'll multiply it with everything of the other term, which is a minus b. Then we'll take the next term. You have to take note of the sign. Taking note of the sign is very, very important. So the next term is minus b, so it will be minus b times everything of the other bracket, a minus b. So you now do your expansion. So to expand this now will be a times a will definitely give you a squared, and a times minus b, you have to take note of the sign, it will give you minus a b. Then again, you now multiply minus b times a, it will give you also minus a b. Then you now also multiply minus b times minus b, it will give you plus b squared. So from here you now simplify it, so you have a squared minus ba will give you minus 2ba. It will give you minus 2ba b 2ab rather minus 2ab plus b squared. So this is the expanded form of it. So this is the expanded form. So for example, let's use number. If you want to expand 5x minus 3 squared. So to expand this, you have to break the bracket. You have 5x minus 3 multiplied by 5x minus 3. So you now do your expansion. And how do you expand? You take the first term and multiply with all the terms of the other bracket. You take the first term here, which is 5x, multiply with all the time of the other bracket, which is 5x minus 3. Then you take the next term, which is minus 3, also multiply with all the term of the other bracket, which is still 5x minus 3. So from here now, you multiply 5x with 5x, it will give you 5 times 5 will give you 25, and then x times x will give you x squared. Then also 5x times minus 3. The sign is very, very important. 5x times minus 3 will give you minus 15x. Then 3 here times minus 3 here, because the sign is minus, minus 3 times 5, minus 3 times 5x will give you minus 15x as well. And also minus 3 times minus 3, minus times minus will be plus, then 3 times 3 is 9. So your expanded form now will now be 25x squared minus 15x minus 15x will give you minus 30x, because it is minus, so it will be minus 30x plus 9. So this is the expanded form of it. So this is the expanded form, and that's how you expand numbers. You take the first value, multiply it with all the time inside the other value, then you take the next value, also multiply it with all the time of the other value. But you have to be conscious of their signs. You have to take note of their signs. Yes. So I think that will be all as it regards to this. So thank you for joining this tutorial session. Do have a great day.